What's going on, guys? So in front of me, you were looking at a very, very cool product, and one that I know a lot of RVers, folks who spend a lot of time outdoors, really want to have the most capacity possible when it comes to bringing stuff with them, are really going to enjoy. This is the BougeRV 81 quart electric cooler, dual zone, 12 volt. This is super, super cool. Compressor inside of it. This is an actual refrigerator that gives you the ability to refrigerate and freeze multiple zones. Again, a lot of things to look at here, a lot of things to unpack. And one thing that I know you'll appreciate is the price, because BougeRV is known for very, very affordable, high quality products. And man, just by taking a look at the outside of this, you can definitely see where the quality is. And I think you're going to want to know more about this. Hang tight, I'll be right back. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, the brand BougeRV is probably one that you've seen on my channel several times. I've actually reviewed some of their other series of portable refrigerators. This specific one is much larger and has a much greater capacity than any of the other ones I have ever reviewed from any brand. And that is really important, but also understanding that the dimensions of this may also make it a little bit less convenient for certain applications, such as putting in the bed of your pickup truck with the tonneau cover on, because the tonneau cover is going to be right around here. You won't be able to actually fit it with the tonneau cover on. You would have to roll the tonneau cover up or flip the panels over, and this would stick out of the top just a little bit. That said, though, if you were looking for a super high capacity portable compressor 12 volt electric cooler, this may be exactly what you're looking for. There's a lot of really great things going on here. First of all, you see Rocky75 right here. That's 75 liters. It's actually 77 liters, which equates to 81 quarts. This thing is absolutely massive. I love the stainless steel finish all the way around it. If you take a look at it, you can absolutely see a lot has gone into the detail of this. First and foremost, let's talk about some of the features. You have handles on both sides, which stow to the side automatically. They're spring-loaded, which are really nice. It feels like you have a nice aluminum grip right here as well. You also have a bottle cap opener right here, which is also really cool to have built in. You have 3 cup holder kind of impressions here on the top to be able to put your cups. On this side, you have all of your controls as well as the other handle. Down here, you're going to have a spot for a battery, so you can actually plug a battery into this unit, and you can use this as a completely off-grid portable refrigerator, which is super cool. Over here, you have a spot for your AC connection, and then on this side, you have a spot for your solar connection as well. Now, one thing you'll notice right here, there's an indentation here, and there's one on the other side, but there's no handle here. Why? That is because the lid on this is reversible. So you can actually take the lid out, it can slide into the groove here, and you can flip it around to the other side. That is incredibly important for certain applications, because perhaps your connections, your battery, and all of that down here need to be accessible from the other side, and you need the ability to be able to flip the lid around to make it more convenient. So that is really nice. Included is this box, which is going to have your power adapter in here, as well as your user manual. We'll set that aside for now. Once you open it up, you have both your left and your right zone, along with removable baskets. So these baskets are kind of multi-configurable. As you can see, you have a basket within a basket. I can remove those baskets. I can take both of them out if I'd like, so I just have a large opening right here. On this side, I can also remove the 2 baskets as well. So in essence, it gives you 4 different compartments that you could use for various things that you might be taking with you. Perhaps you're going to have drinks under there. You might have cheese and sandwich making materials. You might have some other things that are frozen, maybe fajitas or things like that on the other side. And it gives you the ability to use this as a refrigerator freezer or a refrigerator freezer. You can basically configure each side and each zone so they can do everything from refrigerate all the way down to freeze. And again, very, very great application, especially if you have an RV and you're going to be overlanding, you're going to be going out to areas where you could really, really use a portable refrigerator. Now, another great aspect to something like this is, let's say you have a toy hauler, or let's say you have perhaps a cargo trailer or something like that, and you want to have everything prepped and ready to go before you actually get out to your trailer. So let's say that we are going to go camping tomorrow and we want to get everything ready. We can plug this in, we can get this cooled down, we can load everything we want inside of here, and then we can take this out to the RV with us, load this inside, and have the capability of essentially keeping everything in here and either leaving it in here for our entire trip or putting it into the refrigerator in the RV and having extra storage capacity. But because of the various power options that you have from either battery or a plug or solar, you have the ability to really maintain this thing for a pretty good amount of time. Now let's talk about some of the other detailed specs that are going to be really important for those of you who wonder how else you can power this or how much power it's going to pull. Now I'm going to show you a really cool feature about this thing that I think makes it extra special, because I think for folks who need to carry a lot of stuff and don't necessarily need the dual zone capability of this, this is really going to stand out. So if I grab this basket assembly and remove it, and I grab this basket assembly and remove it, now I have the two zones, right? Left and right. Now check this out. Now I just have one huge cooler. That, for a lot of folks, is going to be how they want to use this, because it's going to give the ability to use this as either a freezer or a refrigerator. And if you're using it as a freezer, you could put a lot of ice in here and not worry about it melting over any period of time, because you can have it as a freezer. Or you can put fish, or you can put other things. Plus there's a drain plug there at the bottom that gives you the ability to clean this thing out really well, and you have LED lights on both sides of it that are going to light this thing up whenever you're in a dark environment and you need to see what's inside of it. So I really think for the marine industry, for the folks who are on boats, for the folks who are going out for a long period of time, need to use this as possibly an ice chest, this is really, really going to work out well for them. Or even folks that just need a really large refrigerator, because again, this is dual zone, but you can also use it as one large single zone application if you'd like as well. And this just slides right back in with these grooves on each end. And to put it back together, to get the baskets and everything back in it, take absolutely no time at all. Okay, so we have it plugged in right now, and one thing I didn't show you that was actually included in the packaging with the power supply is a 12-volt outlet as well, so you can plug it in using a standard 12-volt style outlet, or what's called a cigarette lighter style outlet. Don't know if anybody actually uses those for that anymore, but we have the instructions in front of us. Let's look at some of the specifications. So first of all, this is the CR07801. And it shows that the rated voltage on this is 12 volt DC or 24 volts, AC 100 to 240 volt with the adapter, or 12 to 50 volts with solar energy. The rated power input is maximum 80 watts or in eco mode 64 watts. So yeah, this actually pulls very, very little power. Capacity is 77 liters or 81 quarts. Noise is less than 45 dB. Okay, so now I'm going to be honest with you. Setting your temperature from the touchpad here is pretty dang simple, but it's even simpler if you do it over the application that you can download on either the App Store or the Play Store. Now, once you download the application and you have your fridge turned on, you can simply select it. Now press the setting button on the control panel here. Okay, so this is really cool. So it gives you much more instantaneous control of everything because you have a much larger display on your phone to be able to look at this information. So for instance, I'm looking at the left side now and I want to bring the temperature there down to, let's say, -2. And then on the right side, I want the temperature to be at 42 degrees. So there we go. Now I've been able to adjust the temperature for both the left and the right side from the phone app in a very, very quick way. I can switch it to eco mode if I'd like as well, or put it on max mode. I also have the ability to switch it from low, medium to high as well from the app. Plus it gives you the current temperature, which is 75 degrees, and it gives you the ability to turn it on or off. Now you can set up your temperature units of measurement, such as Fahrenheit or Celsius. You can set a maximum temperature, a minimum temperature, your language, you can reset it. But this is really cool, and through the app, it gives you a lot of functionality to be able to, again, control things so you don't always have to go up to the refrigerator to make those changes. But if you choose to, you still have those controls here. And one thing I also noticed is that there's a couple USB ports right here. So if you do have the battery inside of this, or if you are running it off of a wall connector or vehicle connector, you can actually use the USB ports right here to charge your phone as well, which is really nice because let's say that you're using your power port on whatever you have this plugged into on your RV or on your van specifically to power it. It's nice to know that you have additional power ports to expand beyond just the refrigerator, again, to charge things like your tablet or smartphone. Now, dimensionally speaking, again, please keep in mind that this is not what I would consider to be a super compact portable refrigerator. So your dimensions for this unit, definitely a much larger unit than a lot of portable units, so you definitely want to be very aware of what you may be installing this in or where you're going to be putting it to make sure you have enough room for it. If you have a toy hauler, if you have an SUV, if you have a van, this is probably going to fit in really well. Shoot, even some tent campers, this might fit in really well because you can move it out of the way when everything's collapsed and you're in go mode. But that said, the dimensions on this are a little over 28 inches long, 17.72 inches wide, and the height on it is 24.65 inches tall. Again, unlikely to fit in the bed of a pickup truck with a bed cover on it, but you could easily fit it in the bed of a pickup truck if you don't have a bed cover on it. Absolutely something you could throw in the back of an SUV, or at least most SUVs, maybe if you have the third row down, if it is a third row SUV. Lots of capacity. That's the key here. If you have a big family get together, if you're doing an event, that's a great thing for this catering, right? If you are catering something, if you are throwing some type of barbecue out at the park, if you have a lot of people coming, that's really where something like this is going to truly shine because you have a tremendous amount of capacity. You have something that looks really, really nice, very portable, and gives you the capability of running it off of your car's power supply, off of 110, or off of solar. And that is really, really nice. Plus, it draws such low power. Again, on max power mode, 80 watts, on eco mode, 64 watts, which means this is not going to suck a tremendous amount of power out of your battery bank system on an RV. You could run this for a relatively long period of time, even off of a normal battery. So just kind of keep that in mind. Anyways, we actually plan on keeping this out here at the shop. This is going to be the refrigerator that we use for whenever we have people that come over, whenever I get really hot out here, because right now it's well over 100 degrees outside, and sometimes you just want to be close to a cold beverage, and having the ability to have it close by with a really reliable product like this that's going to give you a tremendous amount of capacity plus portability, I think really stands out. I will definitely put a link to this in the description of this video. One thing that is really nice about these products from BougeRV is the fact that they are affordable. Typically, a refrigerator portable that can accept a battery of this size is going to be well over $1,000. But these are usually well under $1,000 even for the largest configuration. And this specific one right now on their website is $799. So $800 gets you an 81-quart 12-volt fridge. And if you want the actual battery for it, it's about $200. It's a 173 watt-hour battery, which means it's going to give you about 4 hours worth of refrigeration off of one full charge. So again, very, very cool refrigerator, no pun intended. Lots of capacity, lots of flexibility, lots of features, and it gives it to you in a dual zone refrigerator freezer option, or refrigerator freezer refrigerator. However you want to set it up, that's controllable by a smartphone app, has a beautiful stainless steel surround from a very reputable brand. This is a heck of a value. And if you've been looking for a portable refrigerator and this one fits your need, or perhaps you're looking for one that's smaller, they have several sizes and several different series that are much smaller than this unit if this is too large for you. But if you are looking for a portable refrigerator, this is definitely a brand to look at. I will put a link in the description of this video if this is something you are interested in. Check them out. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon. And one final thought, if you're wondering what I'm using this BougeRV Rocky75 portable refrigerator for, we're using it as a freezer. So I have ice on this side, and I have something that's a necessity down here in South Texas during the heat. That's plenty of ice pops. But this thing is super cool, no pun intended, factual, and we have it down to -2 degrees right now.